Hey, it's Elora.tran. I'm at Ace Home Services, and we're gonna have a quick tour of what they have going on here.
Quan, where you at? Do you have a super?
Hello.
Is Quan here?
KJ, Hey, this is Elora.tran. I'm with Ace Home Services, interviewing KJ Jin, and we're gonna talk a little bit about his business, how he and his brother started it, and how he scaled his. I remember that we were talking, and we said that this business wasn't your original plan. So, can you talk a little bit what was your initial career and how you transitioned into this business and some of your struggles that you had to overcome?
Okay.
Yes.
I think as growing up, we were a little bit on the poor side.
Yes.
My dad was a contractor, so in the summers we'd help him refinish bathtubs. So we kind of saw all the hard work that went into it, and that's not what we wanted to do. So we went to ASU and we went to business school. My brother was in marketing, I was in marketing also, and we both graduated with marketing degrees. We wanted to do something that was not like blue collar.
Yes.
Meaning like, you have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and work 70 hours a week and your hands bleed and all this stuff. We saw like the difficulties that my dad had.
Yeah.
So the last thing that we wanted to do was that, but eventually we ended up doing the same thing that my dad did, which is contracting.
Yes.
But we're not guys out there working on the air conditioners. We're in the background making sure that we have a good product out in the field for the services and the products that we offer. But we have a good team of managers that help us out, and we have good technicians that have had long tenures here. Some of them have been here for 11, 12 years.
Oh, that's great.
And they've been here since the beginning. But growing up, I think I wanted to be an Air Force pilot.
Okay.
And after high school, that's not something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
My brother went into the military,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually served in the Gulf War, the first Gulf War, and he was a Marine. But I wanted to do something different, so I actually started a small business out of my parents' home in the garage, messing around with stereo equipment. So that kind of got me into understanding business and customer service and things like that. That helped me to develop business plans and to understand how business was ran.
Mm-hmm.
But literally, I was working out of my house or in my garage to pay for school. That was
That's
real challenging.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because it was in the garage. It's like typically
Especially in Arizona with the
hot.
hot weather.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I'd have like a swamp cooler there, like one of those portable ones, and it'd be blowing in my face, or I'd just have like just a regular fan, and I'd have the garage halfway shut, and I'd do alarms and car stereos and things like that. But it was a good experience, and it gave me a good work ethic, and it taught me a lot of responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
and enough where I was able to pay my way through school,
Yeah.
and eventually move out of my parents' house. Before graduating, so it helped me to initially make an investment in my first business, which was doing high performance cars, import cars.
Okay.
Back in the mid to late 90s, it was real popular to fix cars up, put wheels on them,
Yeah.
neon lights, tail lights, and things like that. So that's it was a stepping stone into making a business and making it successful.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little about your concept and how you started it?
We actually bought the business in 2008 from a broker.
Uh-huh.
My brother was in the pharmaceutical business. He actually was manufacturing probiotics, which is like digestive health stuff, and he actually ended up private manufacturing for CVS.
Oh, okay.
So anything that you saw bottle wise that was in CVS that had to do with stomach health. That was actually built by him, and so he sold it early 2008, and we bought this business in 2008, and there was about 13 technicians at that time, about 12 office staff. We wanted to grow it. One of the things that the guy was not doing a lot of was advertising, and my brother's degree is in marketing and advertising, so well, we did a lot of advertising. We did print, TV. We started to buy vehicles and use them for our logos, and we started to grow the business. So went from 13 technicians. Our biggest year that we had was 2011.
Yes.
That year there was a massive hail damage that happened in October of 2011. 2010, I'm sorry. And 2011 was our best year. So our business grew like 200 times, literally within a year. So we went from having 13 trucks on the road to closer to 50, and then eventually we had 100 trucks on the road. So we've gotten really big. We actually bought out the second building next to ours that we were renting, and we were running quite a bit of staff, a lot of trucks, a lot of work.
So how many technicians do you have currently?
Currently, I have 37 technicians total out in the field, but we have about 42 vehicles.
And which area do you serve, mainly in Maricopa County?
Pretty much we go everywhere. The farthest we go, the south would be Casa Grande. We also service up to Tonopah, Black Canyon City, and Gold Canyon are the 4 places that we go.
That's great. And what would you say that differentiates your business from other home services business?
Our customer service is number one. We really take care of our customer.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of installations, and during that installation process of putting in air conditioners, there's a lot of parts that go into it. There's a lot of methods that you can use to install them. We actually patented the way we install the equipment. We created some different materials that out of metal, and our installation process is patented and completely different than anybody else out in the market. So we're very confident that we're putting the best product out there, and the installation, which is.
You've mentioned that advertising is one of the process that you use to grow your business. What do you feel is the most effective for your business to scale up?
Right now, we are seeing a downtrend in TV. Print is still doing really well. Postcards do really well. SEO, SEM, online searches. I think as we go into more of a digital age, people are not watching TV. They're not investing the time to listen to radio. It's becoming more of a on your phone kind of a thing. So we do a lot of advertising on social media, and pay-per-click, and things that would be considered digital opposed to.
What are some future plans for your business, and what are some things that you feel that would take your business to the next level in the next couple of years?
I think adding other services onto your current services that we have right now. We offer air conditioning and plumbing. The next natural progression would be to offer electric, and then some other home services like solar. We're working on currently electric and solar, and eventually we're going to roll that out within a 2 to 5 year period.
What are some of the things that you didn't expect coming into this business that you've learned over the years that stands out to you?
Gosh, let me think. Just the craziness of it. Everything is an emergency. Right now, obviously, the nice weather, it's calm. But come June, it's like it's literally the whole place is on fire. Everything is 100 miles an hour. Nobody wants to be in a hot home. Everything is an emergency. When you call an air conditioning company, you're not happy because obviously things already broke and you have no AC in your house. So you're dealing with dogs, you're dealing with pets, you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with sick people. Everything is an emergency. So to be able to take that emergency and to try to figure out what to do, what's priority, what's not priority, it's difficult to do. But you get a taste of what your first season coming in, and it's pretty hectic. But off season you get a bit of a break. But the on season and the off season, the difference in how everything is ran is it's like literally two different businesses.
So when does your on season typically start?
Generally, the broken air conditioners come around May, but our season officially kicks off with maintenance in March. So in a few weeks, people will call us to take care of their maintenance. Hey, can you do an air conditioning checkup, make sure everything is okay? I want to make sure that it survives before the really hot months coming up. I want to get it maintained. I want to do this and that. Air conditioners are machines that break. You have to get it maintained at least once a year. People just buy them and they always want to forget about them, but they actually require maintenance, like a car. You can't just not do an oil change for 2 years. You have to go into the dealership. You got to do the checkup. You got to do the rotation of the tires. You got to get the brakes checked out. So we do that similar thing, March through May, and then we'll take on the demand calls from May all the way up until the end of September.
Okay. And is that something you feel like the general public are not aware of? What would you like to educate the general public about AC that they
definitely get it at least serviced once a year. There are parts that need to be cleaned. There are things that need to be attended to. You can't just leave it alone. We run these air conditioners in the toughest environment. Yes, they're designed to be running, but they're not designed to be running 24 hours a day for 7 months straight. When they do the engineering and the testing, they're testing actually for this environment being the most extreme, and then the second environment would be the cold. But this environment is definitely taxes the air conditioner the most. So you got to at least do once a year maintenance checkup on it, and make sure that it's running in tip-top shape, because you are going to need it all the time starting in May. You will never turn off an air conditioner. You pretty much have it on all the way up until the end of September.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how long Arizona weather is, right? 120 degrees in the summer. What are some of the biggest, or one of the biggest hurdles that you've overcome?
The biggest hurdle is definitely off season. There's not a lot to do when it's like 70 degrees outside for 2 months. There's not a lot to do, so we repurposed some of the guys. If they're doing AC, if they could do some plumbing, because that's why air conditioning companies have a plumbing division, because it kind of fights the seasonality.
I see.
The plumbing season starts when the air conditioning season ends, and so your plumbers are a lot busier. We repurpose some of the air conditioning guys that have experience with plumbing, and those guys will actually do some work like installing water heaters and taking care of some basic things for plumbing. So it kind of takes the seasonality out of it.
Okay. So to close this off, where's we always ask the business owners, what are some of your favorite books or podcasts, something that you felt like was groundbreaking in helping your business or even change your life, that you've read recently?
I actually listen to a lot of motivational stuff on YouTube, and also there's actually training programs that they have for air conditioning technicians, and it really starts at the beginning of the day at their mindset. Because a lot of guys come in here and they have a bad attitude, or they had a rough day, or they're thinking about stuff in the past, and it's hard to get refocused on what you have during the day. I mean, you're working 6 days a week, and it's going to be hot. It's 156 degrees in the attic when it's 120 degrees outside. So it's hard for me to tell them to clear their mind because they have so many things that are going on.
Yes.
But we try to give them as much training as possible. And then if the guys are working 6 days straight and they're tired, we'll give them an extra day off, or we'll start them late. Instead of starting at 7 o'clock, they'll start at 10 o'clock. And we need to kind of keep them fresh, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, to boost morale.
Yeah, and it is hard to keep morale when you're working so hard in the environment. Air conditioning, if you're in the attic, it's very similar to locking yourself in a car with no windows and no air. Do that for 30 minutes in a car when it's 120 degrees outside, and you'll realize what the air conditioning technician goes through. It is tough up in that attic, and that's like the worst possible environment to be in, because you're up there, there's insulation, there's spiders, there's cotton webs, there's nails hanging out of the stuff, and I mean it's
like
dark.
a horror movie.
Yeah, it really is. It's not a lot of fun. And unfortunately, a lot of 80s and 90s homes here, most of the equipment they put inside the attic for aesthetic purposes. So they have to spend 2-3 hours in the attic, and they have to come down every 20-30 minutes. So we try to keep them motivated as much as possible.
Where are the social media platforms that you are on that we can tell our followers to follow?
We're actually on all platforms. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Instagram. We haven't done anything with Snapchat, but all the major ones, Facebook.
So what would they search?
If you just search Ace Home Services, it'll come up. And we have, we actually, if you go to YouTube, we actually have some self-help videos, do-it-yourself videos. We actually have all of our advertising on there too. So there's a lot of stuff that we have from the past that we every once in a while we'll look at and kind of laugh at. But we do a lot of Facebook posts, and it's not really necessarily we're trying to sell our product, but it's just like something like something that's off topic a lot of the times.
Yeah, something
it's
fun.
it's something fun. It's not always just about hey AC only.
Yeah.
So it's that's how we're doing social media.
That's great. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and follow them. And if you have any issues with your AC and plumbing, they'd be happy to send out a technician to help you guys.
Thank you.